Welcome to another edition of Mad River Outdoors. Made some phone calls over the week and I got some fantastic news. We got the deed. So now this property is entirely mine. It's so exciting. Finally, we feel like we're making some progress. Now instead of some of these very poor repairs you may have seen us do at this point, like the chimney for instance, we can actually get in and start doing stuff right. There's no reason to start putting money into a property that I may not end up getting. So this worked out really well. Anyway, so I made a phone call about the septic tank to a guy that had lived up here for, I don't know, 20, 30 years. And he was nice enough to come out and help me out. So he actually came out and dug up the septic tank for me. So we now know that the septic tank is completely full. There's the vent pipe. This is what I got to dig out and put a new one in. One of the things we're going to try to get done today is we're going to continue to clean up inside the house. We're going to do some more vacuuming and get rid of all the mouse turds. And there's a heavy smell of mouse urine, and we think that it's coming from a giant pile of insulation that's out on the porch. So we're going to try to get rid of that today. We're going to continue to add to the pile for the dumpster of the bed, and we got a couple other couches that were in the barn. This Wednesday, we're going to have a locksmith come up and install a T-bar on the garage door so that we can start to move things over from the tiny shed to the transformation that will come to a tiny cabin. All right, so this is the big pile of white insulation that we need to get rid of. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to touch that. All right, so as you can see, we got all that white insulation. We found a dead bird, ton of mouse poop. Did find one large piece of poop. Could have been like a raccoon or something like that, but clearly very old. So we got 7 bags to bring to the dump. Now we can just get it vacuumed and call it a day. Looking good. I'm really happy with that. Hi, Chewy. Chewy, Chewy. Where's your ball, Chew? Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Go get your ball. Where's your ball? This was actually surprisingly easy to get to.
It would better if we poured a bucket of water down there. That would flush all that out right there into the main well.
Well, if you look down in there, you can actually see the cross pipe.
Well, I could see something down there too, a little sludge. Maybe it doesn't need to be rinsed out. I'm just what's going on here. That's really not a hard fix, is it?
Well, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at necessarily.
Well, it's a vent pipe. I mean, you're smart. We know what it means. I mean, it's just letting all the air out so that it doesn't, explode someday.
Did you see in here?
Yeah, I did.
So you saw the top of it?
You get that open. Andy pulls it by hand. Yep.
Ah.
And that's where he put that black.
Interesting.
Where that square is, that hole right there.
Okay, so I see the pipe. I see it on here. Here, come around this side. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think that right there is the pipe. So it comes in like this,
Yep.
and then goes down into the tank. All right.
Now, he said it may not be fixed. He says that they all get a crust like that on top, and then below that it's going to be like a slurry.
Sure. Okay.
So it may be it's just the gases are holding them, but it looks like the vent pipe is doing its job, unless it's clogged with this crusty stuff here.
Yep.
But we won't know that until he gets in here with, we pump it, and in fact, maybe we don't put a new one on until after he pumps it. In the event that there's a problem there.
A new one what?
Don't fix the existing broken thing right there. Put a new vent pipe on until after they flush it and clean it out.
Well, I gotta.
If there's a problem with the vent itself, then you're gonna have all that work done for nothing.
Well, no, I mean, all I need to do for the vent pipe is just get a 4-foot piece of section.
Yep, and slip it in there.
And slip it in so that it comes up.
Still got a crack there. You're gonna have to tape it up a little bit.
Well, no,
or something.
I think that might be what they call a collar piece. I don't know.
Oh, maybe we could get a new one of them too then.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The guy that was here last week.
Hey, what are you doing over there? Where's the ball? Yeah, is it over there somewhere now?
Oh, I found the tee. Okay. So I found the pipe that goes into the house. That's cool. So, okay. Now I see how this is set up. So this is just a Y.
Okay. Don't break anything.
Nope.
Too hard on the pipe. I see it now.
So this pipe right here.
Yeah, but it's all plastic.
Right, so there's a straight piece like this,
Yep.
and then there's a piece that comes off of it like that. So I know what that looks like.
So all of these goes down into the L, down into the tank.
Correct.
And that's just where the gases come out.
Yep.
And it looks like it's clear.
So now what we could do at this point is throw a bucket of water, maybe not down the toilet, but down the drain.
Okay, see what happens?
Yep.
Stand there and watch?
Yep. Did I ever tell you about the time I lost the bucket? So I was trying to get water, threw the bucket down, and as I was trying to grab it, it came off the friggin' rope, and I watched the bucket, floop, gone.
Like
Just
that? Hang on. Mike.
oh. Oh. Oh, the life of a cameraman.
All right, take the camera. I got the dog. You can follow Mike now. Come on. Come on, this way. Come on.
It's Tick City.
Yes and no. Seem like it where the deer fed down, not where they just passed through.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right, you want to back your truck up or turn around?
Yeah,
Why don't you turn around? Oh, wrong way. All right, we got suds. We have confirmation of water. Awesome. We have confirmation of water. We're gonna dump another bucket down and see what happens. Yep, there we go. There's a nice flood of water right there. Perfect. Yeah.
Not making it that far. It's leaking all over the downstairs here.
Well, I see water here.
All right, well, a lot of it's coming in the basement right here. So maybe the seal between the toilet and the thing is busted. I unplugged it because the water is going towards the cord.
We were able to confirm that we put water down the toilet. However, all the water leaked out of the pipe. So I don't know if there's just leaks in the pipe. I assume that it was probably back pressure. So maybe if we do it a couple of times down the pipe, we'll be able to flush it out, so to speak. That's why we really need to get it inspected. But now that we see where the pipe goes, it really should be a lot easier to deal with, luckily. So water's pouring out of that elbow right there, that elbow right there, and then that elbow right there. I know it's hard to see. I gotta get a light. I ordered one from Amazon that should be coming. So now the floor is soaking wet again. You just can't win. So we're gonna get the fan going again and go from there. So part of the challenge that we're gonna face here in the coming days is we're gonna have large trucks that are gonna come down this road. I'm not sure how big a septic truck is, but I would imagine it's probably a lot wider than a pickup truck. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go ahead and trim up some of these bushes and make it a little bit easier accessible for large trucks. Plus, I'd like to get a road put in over here so that we have blocked off the driveways up there, and then a road comes down here and enters into the property this way, or you'd have to enter this driveway to go down to the property that way. Make it so there's a single point of entry on the property. So let's get to work. All right, so we got some good news. Again, I mentioned we're gonna be getting the garage door lock done this week. The guy's gonna come up and install a T-bar push-pull lock system with wires. So that's actually gonna give us the ability to turn this shed into a tiny cabin. We'll move all the stuff out of here and we'll put it down in the garage or barn. And we're gonna put a door in here and we'll get it insulated. Like I said, it's 15 feet high in the front, so we can put a small 5 or 6 foot loft in there, but there'll still be plenty of room to walk around. Maybe a little potbelly stove or something. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be an exciting build. So we'll have a tiny cabin up here in the front, and then we'll have a regular sized camp in the back. So that should be interesting. The other thing we're doing here today is, as you can see in the background, we got a fire going. So we're trying to burn all this brush from the previous time when I cut down over there. So that's what we're going to do to conclude the evening. We got some food, nothing special. So with that being said, thanks for joining me. Make sure you click the like, share, and subscribe button. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.